The Sahel, stretching from Senegal in the west to Eritrea in the east, is home to over 100 million people and marks the frontier where human habitation and agriculture meet the Sahara Desert. Farmers in these drylands have been managing crops and livestock together with scattered trees for generations, creating the vast agroforestry parklands that dominate the landscape. In these parkland systems, indigenous trees are essential to local livelihoods as they provide food, medicine, fodder, fuelwood and timber, as well as ensuring soil and water conservation and climate regulation. But for decades, the Sahel has been synonymous with high vulnerability to climate change, land degradation, desertification and worsening food insecurity. Recently, widespread regreening in parts of the region has happened because farmers have encouraged the regeneration of young trees that grow naturally in their fields, a practice known as farmer-managed natural regeneration, which is being heralded as a cornerstone of modern climate-smart agriculture. For families like the Diarras, who depend on the parklands, farmer-managed natural regeneration is beginning to make a positive change in their landscape. But they have also realized that they need to give nature a hand by actively planting some trees in addition to nurturing what comes up naturally, if they are to meet their subsistence needs and improve their livelihood.
Bon, jidi tumbe, fembe tumbe. Ema sisa, ni amba fako wati jele mana. Ote fenwere. Basi sante ga nabolike, ori nani fenu ni janu ni ani jidi bani. Ode wati jele masisari. Abde wati be boromi kan, ambita o boroli kan sisa. Wa ni jidi chaira anga forola, obike sababu ye anga dukolo fana bin anati sega nwala abi jeleman douani atinte ka soro mi soro abi o soro le soro sisa ni ya turu foro kono mi to ka buro nunu meso nunu te ka boala ka bla bo ni o ye o bla foro kono bo jiri ele fana bi abonya dike wala fura buru bi buno o fana bi sega ken no ye ani ne bi no mi chedu kono kana fara o kan o fana bi se ka labelin no ke o ni jiri no bi ta nyoko fe o fana bi jiri no bonya dona ne bi to ka o de ke jiri no la pour que nga foro ka nye ere nye be foro la o foro ere enye bala jiri ka cha kono o be ne ka bara ere no.
The continuous loss of parkland fruit trees like the shea tree is of particular concern to Sahelian women like Ruth Diarra, who depend on these products for their livelihoods.
I'm homo a habio ma yasa a dia seratono. And the farm wa homo matete, we ma hera ma ozio. Budande yama serabe. The young yama bania. Ma semu sui a webu ma ozio nyai ha inu oyama yibu a wala oswaro vira handure ma hembio ole na hodu no so hoyama di hanwa odi we aha to hama wara pro azio sin ana fa vina me fa ai viata na fa mwa itun wa matete oyawe yi ha nyena o ma semu sui a webu ma ozio nyai ha inu oyama yibu a wala oswaro vira.
Farmer-managed natural regeneration builds on an ancient tradition of tree management and is a promising low-cost technology. But recent research findings show that it needs to be adapted to work across the diversity of conditions in the Sahel. These range from sparse and thorny shrubs in the arid north to denser, taller trees in the less arid Sudan and Guinean zones in the south. Population density, market access, and ethnicity also vary greatly across the region. These differences in local contexts are sometimes overlooked, but are very important to identify options which can be adapted to the local circumstances. For example, Drought-resistant species such as Guiera senegalensis, Piliostigma reticulata, some acacia species and Fiderbia albida are very amenable to natural regeneration in the more arid zones, but do not fare well as rainfall increases, either because they are simply not ecologically suited or because farmers prefer other more economically valuable tree species in less dry conditions.
Moi, je m'appelle Adi Traoré. Moi, je suis un cultivateur. Je suis un communiste. Je suis un kana. Nana, samini sera. Ama boamta fire Bamako. Do bina sa ambole ha. Tuguna ya fana. Fere bani amma siga fere foi soro la banda angwambia. Ne yiri tiga abe wa dobo position na. Bo ankwante songa yiri tiga ankun fete. Sina yiri mun ban toro, lulu falo yerama. Amulu boy bakala bala sanabara yiri dobe kotonu ulu bara mais kongo yiri mu pambe quand ulu boy peu o ko ne shi nere alinsra bon ulu mu falo yerama tena angom to ulu boy da parce ulu bedo mais to nu femme ko me boy yerama donc ala namma ko se yerama ma boy peu.
For agroforestry researcher Kone Brehima, farmers' preferences for arranging trees in their fields to be compatible with their farming is also of critical importance.
Allons-y d'abord avec la régénération naturelle assistée. C'est une bonne pratique dans le cas où il y a moins d'investissement. En tout cas, cela à moindre coût parce que s'il faut passer par la pépinière, ramasser le substrat, mettre ça dans les pots, s'aimer, arroser, tout ça, c'est une technologie lourde par rapport aux paysans. La régénération naturelle ne suffit pas. Pourquoi? Parce que vous voyez bien, ça, il y a plusieurs demandes. L'autre aspect serait quoi? C'est de s'investir à ce que les espèces soient mieux arrangées, c'est-à-dire les espèces en rang, les mettre en rang, bien arrangées, et tout le champ. Et comme ça, quand l'outil est là, l'outil aratoire, la machine peut passer et ça ne pose aucun problème.
Research has revealed that over time, the degree of disturbance that the parklands face causes regeneration mechanisms to fail. Proactive tree propagation then becomes necessary to deliberately regenerate a diversity of trees in different niches on farms and in the landscape. Farmer-managed natural regeneration needs to be supported by other practices and underpinning research, such as enrichment planting and the domestication of key fruit tree species, especially those with regional and global underexploited market potential like the shea tree. Selecting and promoting drought-tolerant varieties that thrive in Sahelian conditions is important to adapt to climate change. Appropriately supported, these suite of options can lead to a diversity of trees in the landscape that underpin a productive and resilient agriculture. The CGIR Dryland Systems Research Programme, in a joint platform with the Forests, Trees and Agroforestry Research Programme, are supporting farmers by researching and integrating local and scientific knowledge to explore what different tree species, management, and marketing practices are best suited to sustain parkland regeneration and productive agriculture, to develop more resilient livelihoods and landscapes in the Sahel that will reap both local and global benefits.